Welcome to the Hyper Growth Zone podcast. This is your go-to resource for personal growth, mastering communication, and influencing and persuasion techniques that will help you unleash the full potential of yourself and others. Here is your host, Alex Morgan.
Welcome to another episode of the Hyper Growth Zone podcast. My name is Alex Morgan, and I'm a master trainer of hypnosis and NLP. And let me ask you a few questions. Ever feel like there aren't enough hours in the day? Imagine if you could train your mind to have it feel like you can slow down the clock. This would help you focus, reduce stress, and even accomplish more without feeling rushed. So, can you actually create more time, or can you only change how you can experience it? So if you listen to this, it's good to hold a belief in your mind that you can make time work for you, and hold the belief that your mind is way smarter than you think. And I know you're an intelligent person, so if you're listening, I'm sure that you can make every moment count, and you can all do that with the power of your mind. You can actually experience time in a different way. Now, what I'm talking about here is using the power of your mind with hypnosis. Now, hypnosis can't literally add more hours to the day. However, it can change how you experience time. Maybe you want to feel more focused, more productive, more efficient. You want more time to have an abundance of things, money, time, energy. So hypnosis can actually help you create, that's almost in quotation marks, the sense of having more time. And it can do that in a few different ways. So while you're listening, and you're sitting here listening, wherever you're listening, imagine that you can experience time in a different way as I go over each of these things. Because oftentimes a successful person is able to experience time in a different way. Have you ever been so immersed in a task that it seems like you were working for 10, 15, 20 minutes, and instead you were working for 45 minutes, an hour, and you got so many things done? Has that ever happened to you? Or maybe you were doing something that you didn't like, and it seemed like time just dragged on. And it dragged on, and it kept going, and you were bored, or you didn't have that same amount of motivation. So imagine what one of those you would like to have as you hold those beliefs that I mentioned in your mind, that your mind is way smarter than you think, and you can actually experience time in a different way. So think about that as I go over some of these different reasons here. Now, before I even get into some of the ways, there's one benefit that when you use your unconscious mind during hypnosis, you actually have the benefit of time distortion. So this actually distorts time. It may feel like, even though you're doing hypnosis for 20 minutes, for some people it may be feeling like they do hypnosis for 45 minutes or an hour or 2 hours. And so you can actually get that much done. You can get an hour and a half, 2 hours of things done in 20 minutes when you connect with the unconscious mind. Or for some people, they may do 20 minutes of hypnosis and it actually feels like it's only been 5 minutes or 10 minutes. And it's actually crazy that they can connect to their mind that quickly and get so much done that quickly and efficiently. So either way, when time gets distorted, it actually helps you. And one of the things that it does is it enhances your focus and concentration, and it reduces any distractions. The whole idea of hypnosis is it's a way to focus your attention on something that you want. So did you know that you can actually train your mind and program your mind to stay in the present moment and stay focused at any time that you want? What if this could reduce the likelihood of time-wasting distractions? I'm sure there's something in your life that is distracting you at this moment if you're listening to this episode. And if there is, then you can actually listen to suggestions that promote focus, concentration. And hypnosis actually even helps you minimize procrastination. This means that you're getting more done in less time. So even though hypnosis literally can't add hours to the day, it can actually change how you experience time because you're getting much more done in much less time. And you are because you're much more focused than you were before now. I mean, when you're distracted, how long does it take you to get back on track and get back to work? I mean, have you ever been doing something on your phone and you think that you're going to do something really important? You're opening up an app to do something important. All of a sudden, you open up another app. And then when you open that other app, you become completely distracted. You even forget what app that you were going to open up in the first place. Well, your mind is almost like these apps. It has these different apps in your mind where you can access different things. And when you use hypnosis, you can actually access the app of focus and concentration. And this will help you change the experience of time. Now, wouldn't that be much more beneficial for you? I think it would. And another way is through improving time habits. So this includes time management, prioritizing tasks, planning effectively, taking breaks that really boost your mind, boost your energy, because your mind is way smarter than you think. I'm sure you believe that because I suggested to you that I think it would be a good idea to believe that. And you may find through visualization and suggestion, hypnosis can solidify any of these behaviors that I mentioned so they can become automatic because the unconscious mind is where habits are. And your unconscious mind only needs a bit of repetition to install habits. So if you want to install focus, if you want to install concentration, if you want to install new ways of time management, prioritizing tasks, planning effectively, and even taking breaks, you're going to do this with the unconscious mind. You can imagine yourself doing any of these things. You can imagine yourself having more time. You can imagine yourself aligning with your priorities. You can imagine yourself having a wonderful plan for each day. And even when you're taking a break, you can use your mind. You can use that break to connect with your mind instead of connecting with the apps on your phone. You can connect to the programs of your mind to improve things that you want to improve. And that can actually be much easier than you think. When's the last time you took a really purposeful break that really helped you and guided you to do something that was effective? What if you took purposeful breaks each day to relax and visualize yourself what you want to prioritize for the rest of the day, what you have planned for the rest of the day? And this doesn't even have to be in a professional setting. You could take a break and just imagine yourself having a wonderful time with your family after work, after you work in your business. You could really imagine anything that you want to make a priority in your mind. Now, the next thing that you can do to really feel like time is working with you, it's almost like time is working for you, is you can learn to create calm. Because what if you have stress, or what if stress makes you feel rushed, or what if you think I don't have enough time, or you're running out of time and you're anxious about this? Well, using your mind to actually create a different experience for time when you're using hypnosis actually helps reduce anxiety, which promotes calm, peace, relaxation. And did you know when you're relaxed, you can think more clearly, you can make better decisions and decide things even faster, and you can avoid the feeling of time slipping away. Just like I mentioned earlier, when you're really enjoying something that you're doing, do you ever notice that time is just going by and you're not really focused on that time? It doesn't feel like time is slipping away because you're really enjoying what you're doing. Or instead, if you're bored, if you're procrastinating, if you're feeling rushed, you're looking at every second, every minute, every hour. You're wondering where the time is going. It's slipping away. So imagine if you were able to begin to feel relaxed at any time. What if you could do that? And what if you could do that in just a few minutes? And you could have time really working for you, and you could be in control of that time. That's the thing. A lot of times when you're stressed, you're anxious, you feel rushed, when time is slipping away, you're not in control of your mind. And a lot of people think with hypnosis that hypnosis is a way to control a person. In fact, most of the time when people do hypnosis, and really all the time, it's because these people have lost control of part of their mind, a program in their mind. Something in their mind isn't working the way it should to get the result that they want. In fact, the mind, because it's way smarter than you think, it is working as it should. It's just that it's giving you what you focus on 100% of the time. So if you want to change what you focus on, if you want to change that program, if you want to feel like time isn't slipping away and you're totally in control of your time, and you're not only in control of your time, you're doing this with total motivation, you're feeling totally motivated, like you have limitless potential, then you can. And imagine that you're so relaxed. How many times have you been so relaxed and new ideas come to you? You feel more creative. You feel like you can get more done because you're relaxed. Have you ever had a conversation and you felt so relaxed in that conversation and you were so immersed in that conversation, it just felt like you were connecting with that person or in that conversation on a whole nother level, just like you knew that person forever? Well, really, that's because you're accessing your unconscious mind during that conversation, and you're accessing that other person's unconscious mind during that conversation. And then you probably say something like, it feels like I've known you forever. It feels like we've done business before in the past. It feels like you're a long-lost friend that I used to have, and we just get into such an easy unconscious rapport. And in fact, a lot of things can happen like this, not even in that other person's conscious awareness, all because of this calm, efficient mind that you have programmed to know that time is yours, that you can control your time in such an easy and effortless way. The next thing is you can use your mind to give yourself a boost of energy and motivation. Did you know that you can actually use your unconscious mind to boost your energy and change your energy levels? What if you could use your unconscious mind to actually change the amount of motivation you had? I mentioned procrastination earlier. So what if instead of procrastinating, you knew exactly what got you off of that state and led you to motivation? And what if you could use your unconscious mind to boost or lower your energy levels at any time? Because you wouldn't want to have energy at all times, would you? Because I'm sure you would like to sleep really well. So think if time was never slipping away and you had the opportunity to change your energy level at any time. How nice would it be to have more energy at certain times and less energy at other times, so you could maximize your time, so you could be efficient with your time and really make time work for you? Because maybe there's something that you don't really want to do at any given time and you just want that little boost of energy to do it. You could do that with your unconscious mind. In fact, you actually have a control room in your mind. I'm not sure if you know this, but you have a control room in your mind that you can use at any time. So you can imagine right now it's like a control room in your mind with different switches and different dials. And you can have a dial in there for energy, and you can turn that dial to the optimal amount for the energy that you want at any given time. And you can also have a dial in there for managing and maximizing your time, and you can turn that dial to the optimal amount for you, or turn that switch on that allows you to do that. These are all little programs in your mind that you can program to do whatever you want. So you can be totally in control, and you can even have one for motivation, where you can change that dial to have the perfect amount of motivation for you so that you can get done whatever it is that you need to get done. And how easy would that be for you? And so think about all this for a moment, all the things that I talked about, all the insights, all the understandings, all the knowledge that you've gained. Do you really think that you can change your perception of time? So think about it. Do you want time to be abundant, or do you want time to be scarce? The choice is ultimately up to you. And maybe you found that during this episode that there were some suggestions that helped reduce any feeling of rush or urgency, so that time doesn't feel like it's slipping away. And maybe this helped you approach things with ease and efficiency and more confidence, in making you feel more motivated, so you're totally focused and concentrating at any time that you want. And maybe you may find, as a result, you may feel like you have more time to accomplish what matters and what is most important to you. Because what if you really had that perception of time that changed, that shifted for you, so you could have more time to accomplish what matters? And not even accomplish, you may have more time to spend with others. Imagine what this could do for your business, your career, your job, your family, your relationships, your health, your fitness, your personal growth, the amount of traveling you could do. All these things in abundance, anything and everything you want, everything and anything you want, you can accomplish because you're changing your perception of time. So really, using your mind, because your mind is way smarter than you think, you can use it to create new habits, focus, and use that time better, because your mind is way smarter than you think, and you can really make each moment count, and you deserve it. So thanks so much for listening to this episode. I'd love to hear your feedback on this episode. So if you want to share anything, go ahead and reach out to me. All my information will be in the description of the episode. Wherever you are listening, go ahead and rate the podcast. This helps it get into the mind of many other listeners. So why wouldn't we want more people to do more things with their valuable time? Because time really is one of the most valuable resources we have, if not the most valuable resource. Thanks again for listening, and I hope to see you on the next episode.